So I live in New Orleans now, so I'm gonna do a song from there, which is called the St. Louis Blues.
Sun go down. I said I hate to see that evening sun go down. Well, that man of mine, he done left this town. Well, if I feel tomorrow like I feel today, I say if I feel tomorrow like I feel today, well, I'm gonna pack up my bags and make my getaway. But I say, Louis woman with a diamond ring, she pulled my man around by her apron string. And if it weren't for that powder, oh, that store-bought hair, oh, that man of mine, he wanna go nowhere, nowhere. I got them St. Louis blues, and I'm just about as blue as can be. Oh, my man, he got a heart just like a stone cat out to sea. So far from me. Well, I love my baby like a schoolboy love his pie. I say I love my baby like a schoolboy love his pie. And I'm gonna love that man until the day that I die. But there's St. Louis woman with a diamond ring. She poured my man around by her apron string. For her powder or her store-bought hair, or the man of mine, he wanna go nowhere, nowhere. I got them St. Louis blues, and I'm just about as blue as can be. Oh, my man, he got a heart just like a stone cat out to sea. Oh, yes, he wanna go so far from me.
Is everybody here okay?
Yeah. Is it too warm? Everybody's good?
Perfect.
Excellent. It's just me then, okay.
Sorry. So I got a cold in like 2009, July, and I've been singing a lot because it's my job, and then it just never goes away. This is some songs that I wrote. Bottle up nostalgia, the cure for which is free and over easy eggs. Then I take the crackles on a full track and superimpose them over words. Cause music just ain't music without that hiss. And I want to marry a record collection and be a homebody. Finger painting through the air like my voice is just a beat. And New York is a Chinese dragon hurling downhill at the turn of the millennium. And in the alley is a funeral procession led by a tuba. And we all of us fables, 8 by lines, 1 part true, 1 part hard to distinguish the lies from the truths. And the people who know aren't talking, and those who don't shut up. They flap their jaws until they're sore, till no one's listening anymore. And New York is a place where no talent wastes of space. I'm made able to make do. And if you got valid dreams, it's a nightmares that follow you. When the saints go marching in, when the saints go marching in, Lord, I got to be in that number. When the saints go marching in, and there's nothing like driving down to Texas with a 40 between your knees. Navigating giant Oklahoma potholes, don't spill on your blue jeans. You're the smell of stale beer escapes into the full air. It will never cease, and then you'll get arrested. New York is a failed experiment. I'm sure she'll miss you more than you'll miss it. Okay. So I'm actually working on a new album right now about the end of the world. Gotta put it, because it gives me a deadline now, so I have to put it out before the end of 2012. So this is a song that I wrote last summer when BP was spilling oil into our shoreline. And the songs that once resembled the jungles of Vietnam comes a quiet, comes a calm. Old Dominican man in the alley, there aren't so many dominoes. Into the gaps with the president booming on transistor radio. Here is a calm before the storm. Here is a peace before the wars. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. We're all going down. And we are aware of the problem and we're working on how to solve it. But in the meantime, my bars are open with liquid diamond and veneer. So I boil my water and cutters, stone up in little plastic bottles. Forget about your questions, baby, we got the answers here somewhere. And I cannot remember the last time I read a book, but this book review album iPad gives me all the hook. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, the end is near. And I am standing in my kitchen, my throat constantly itching from the chemicals coming up off the sea. And the broadcast, the game is over, but you remember in Tel Aviv. Plus Washington's long since retired, playing dress-up referee. And each TV is lazy, obsessed only with the extreme. And showing 50 folks in Florida the precious right to free speech. Insofar as they're poised to start the spark to World War III, which is coming. You know it's coming, it's coming. We are all going down. Unnecessary free stamp in downtown Cleveland. So yeah, I don't know if Roger told you, I went to college here, so I lived here for 4 years. During which time I discovered, coming from Chicago, it was like, you know, I came into CIM to play music and everybody was like, my neighbors were like, oh yeah, Cleveland's a lot like Chicago, there's a lot in common, and then you get here like to the east side in 2002 and you're like, oh. Like, so I decided if you can make yourself happy in Cleveland, you're set in the best way possible. I mean, so anyway, there's a couple of references to Cleveland here. This song I stole from a John Coltrane version of a Rodgers and Hammerstein tune. But we pay them no heed. And we got boxes of white wine, but we don't sleep around. Then we write down all our stories and combine a way apart. And in our dangling hats and our feather boas, we are a vaudeville show. And you and I are equally stubborn, and we are equally one of my favorite things. you and your friends around and live vicariously. Then I go searching for the treasure in the backseat of your limousine. And I spill half the bottom of my dress, half intentionally, as I lived once in a freak house down in a Cleveland scene with an overcast vibe of empathetic apology. And still, she is one of my favorite things. And you were a mistake, and I mean that in the worst way. 'Cause when we begged you to stop it, you just ran from behind the comfort of your TV screen. And you just don't get it, do you? You're not Churchill, not accidentally, but your legacy hinges on this for the remainder of your stay. And I gotta say, you'll never ever really, really present. See, it's contagious. I lied, the free sample wasn't in that. It's in this one. That would be same era, yeah. When I started this cough, my friend was like, I think you have whooping cough. And I was like, yes, because I'm an infant from the Middle Ages. But evidently it's making a comeback. So. Early August, the gypsies come to town and set up shop in the square. The wooden lanterns wave at dawn in the summer breeze when the dogs are barking in the bar downstairs. And back in the States, patience sings a tune so haunting. For a moment you cannot remember your name, and all the Sugar Hill is slamming it down the street. And I think from now on I am not what I do, I am only what I hear or see. But how come Mexico mixes better tequila and the coffee is tastier Andalusia? The grass is always greener across down, or the water doesn't seem so far underground. And if you're tired of being sick and tired, go ahead, rest your head against a bathroom wall, 'cause your Kenneth Cole's not a greatest civic tool in the history of bathroom stalls. No, I can bend down the vine like you read tea leaves, and I still remember that night we learned how drunk and simultaneously invisible we could be. We laughed our way around town and climbed up the walls at a free stamp, and then we're told to get off it. We vowed to do so much, so And I know euphoria's just too many tequilas, when every breath is a gift, and all you can hear is your heart beat, and you think there must be nothing more important than this. Euphoria is just too many tequilas, when in spite of it all, at least you Kenneth Cole's not the greatest civic weapon in the history of bathroom. At least Kenneth Cole's not the greatest civic weapon in the history of bathroom.
So, speaking of Republicans who like to give blowjobs in airport bathrooms. My friend Christopher White wrote this. I think I came here once with him. Not here, but
Next time.
Cleveland, yeah.
Every night when I go to bed, I fantasize about getting hit from a talking head. She lies to the right of me, very, 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 very far to the right of me. She'd go to sleep and then shut up.
Feel free to sing along when you get it.
Ankleton, I like to stick it to Ankleton. I like to fuck some sense in the hood, fuck some sense in the Ankleton. Ankleton, I like to stick it to Ankleton. I like to fuck some sense in the hood, fuck some sense in the Ankleton. We got nothing in common. I like peace, she likes bombing. She likes a jibber jabber, I like jamming. She calls some in the world, though I live on ramen and Ankleton. I like to stick it to Ankleton. I like to fuck some sense in the head, fuck some sense in the Ankleton. She says tomato, I say banana. She says handkerchief, I say bandana. But either way, I like to fill her desert with my man. I tie fuck some sense in the head, fuck some sense in the Ankleton. Though she's cold, when we're together, I'll keep her warm. Ignore her twisted mind and light up her perfect form. Like a jigsaw puzzle depicting hell, we'll create friction as we burn and swell, and opposites attract, so I think she'd like to fuck me as well. Ankleton, I like to stick it to Ankleton. I like to fuck some sense in the hood, fuck some sense in the Ankleton. She likes to say fetuses and I like to eat them. She likes to say eggs, I like to eat them. Oh, the bottom blues and mistreat them. I like to delete them, because it might grow up to be Ankleton. I like to
fucker.
Who wrote that?
Christopher White is his name. He goes by Lumberjack Isto because he looks like a lumberjack. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do a few new ones. Then we'll take a little break in case everybody's thirsty. John Steinbeck's East of Eden. You guys ever read that? Which I think is probably at least in my top 5 favorite books of all time. But that's what this is about. Just in case anybody's worried that my wife left me for a whorehouse. Wind and rain that is bad, soaking his funeral coat and the brim of his hat, jug of rum, brooding clouds of great rats swarm round the row of brothels lit by rotten paper lamps. There she stands in her black evening gown, and only her hands have ached through the haze of the rum. Once a fool, so in love. For the first time he finally sees her face. And so he smiles as if at a memory, at a ghost photograph. Pours another glass of rum, says to you, dear, the mother of my sons, to a delicate and wicked little laugh. And rain tears through the crying cypress days, of tears as thin as sweet as he is exhausted, drunk and relieved. She is gone, finally gone, forever gone. And he is free. all night. Welcome into the osmosis where you do your grocery shopping. We're not listening while you're talking, we're computing our next move. And I think I'm the most hated of a century's worth of thinkers. It's by and large the most misunderstood, and never by virtue of misinterpretation, because nobody's bothered to read any of her books. Absorb enough to remember, then drink enough to forget it. It's a convenient operation, a little catch-22. Yeah, I'm Viagra Monday. We got the same faces, the same porcelain eye makeup, and the same combat boots. Pause, sorry. And we swing in one tune, auto-tune the radio. Blood pours out of strings with delicate hand bones. We scream, me, all the time, and implore the same medium of cliche rhyme. And I've never been so heartbroken as when loyalty was unspoken for. Everyone a competitor, plain bloodthirsty and rude. So I take to the road like a Satan to the sea. Maybe I'll see you next time if I decide to pass through, to pass through. Pass through. Pass through. Sounds like a lantern filling up with smoke. I got the brown liver of a New Orleanian and an arsenal of in-back taste sailor-made jokes. Of a family of rats, and my left kneecap aches when it rains. I got my own language about both pretension or nonsense, depending on the day. On the back of an old-fashioned map, and God help my soul if I get lost again in Mississippi, or I will never, ever, ever find my way back. And I got everything I own in my car. Everyone I love lives in my phone. My glove compartment is doubling as a bar, and now I don't much mind driving in the snow. diner, and a tired face of a black and white photograph. I got this theory that the best judge of character is in the length and sincerity of a laugh.
Three more and then take a break? Sure. Does that sound right? Okay.
This is the title track of my new record, Fuck Off Grizzly Bear. I'm sure they're lovely people.
Some guy actually told me that. He was like, I met them and they're really nice. Okay.
MySpace is a place where disaffected folks go to make themselves seem happy. And Facebook is just the gateway drug to stalking. Twitter is a port through which the self-absorbed make obscure bullshit references to pop culture. And the news is not so much news as it is food for the vultures. YouTube is a form of softcore porn, but more boring cause everybody's closed. And don't you pretend that you don't watch porn, cause you do and everybody knows. And if you're feeling like a useless piece of shit, chances are your instincts are right. So employ the restrictions forced upon you as a kid. Unplug it and go outside. Really, 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 you can go outside. Now everyone's an expert and isn't it grand as a cold port of Christmas in France that a lifetime of progress has enabled the transport of gossip, pornography, and fans. But I guess the light bulb was cool to the butt of the business of every constellation of stars. It's just a predictable Randian chapter in the pages where the wild things are. I ain't the type to take pictures of the sky, and I'm not that impressed that you do. But I will say I've witnessed my fair share of beauty and pause for every blue moon. And the way I figure, if I can't behave, then I may as well just be free. So I have converted every gadget to liquid, and I'll be out here till something finds me. MySpace is a place where disaffected folks go to make themselves seem happy. And Facebook is just the gateway drug to stalking. Pitchfork is a pulpit from which no nothing fascists jack off to a popularity gauge. Quality will never amount to nothing in the absurdity of the digital age. give it to me, but we walking your way to talk to me, the way we jumping on a dog, the hips and the foot with me. Make your back and awake your neck and away chopping on a cloak with me. Come on, come on. Oh yeah, tell me where niggas is at. Okay, I'm just your niggas one time and lock that down and hit you with that. That bomb shit, yeah, we gon' roll, baby, nigga, it all. Y'all know every time we come through this much, we always taking rides. So let me do this bitch. Y'all know we call me, make it flop, and make it hot, make it never stop. Money, cash, it took me, I'm this is bust, it took me. Have you bang your head, you break your motherfucking neck for me. Just let me give you this station to ride in your shit with. Recline your seat, rewind this beat, keep bouncing up and down these streets. And nod your head, break your neck, me just break your necks. It's okay, cause I changed it to ninjas. Come on now, let's slow it down. When I was back, you know, done come for breath. Y'all know I know how to do way bad things in the head. We do today, we pull it back. What is the Bible? You know, we be banging ass. I know you love the way I be giving you music, making you bounce. Rock it up, just let them know this is how I'm doing. They know that me. And when we do for people, you know, we always give it to y'all. I said bounce. And then they tell me, and I would keep along. This bang, this shit, I'm a joke. You're making that motherfucker tapping my clothes. And when he come out through, and we always blow in the spot again, make me never stop. Tell your crew you'll be for me, but put the troops on. And then these soldiers singing, you better keep your boots on. I'm next to the place, say oh, wave your hands high now. I'm put it out, make it, but I'm gonna try it now. What you really wanna do, just place your bets, where your mouth is. I'm next to the place, just break your necks and keep on bouncing. Ain't no time but supposed to be holding for a minute, watch you shut it down. We put it on, come through like a steam on me, J, nigga, ain't no fucking around with you, what? Y'all what I'm here, take all niggas and never say dropping it up. When we get in the club, oh, how many niggas in the bar, we locking it up, and we get a little hot, we get a little drunk, we get a little chrome, come on. We get a little some shit, they make them bang that shit out your jump. You come in the gas, I took me, I'm this is busting, take me. I'm you bang your head, you break your motherfucking neck for me. Just let me give you this shit to ride in your shit with. Recline your seat, rewind this beat, keep bouncing up and down these streets. And now your head, break your neck, we just break your necks. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away now, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Woo! Yeah, we need some champagne. And girls wearing nice clothes. Babes.
Molly?
Cue Molly.
I was touring this past spring with a couple of these two dudes from Brooklyn, and we were just doing like the Rust Belt, so it was pretty rough. But so we're going around, and there was this running joke that like we'd see a group of girls and be like, "Look, guys, babes." Say something quick. I'll leave you with a little love song, and then I'm gonna come back in a little bit. Oh, I should probably mention that I have CDs. If anybody wants any, I got 2 different albums or whatever. Love me, oh I'll kill you, baby. You know I will, I'll kill you, baby. I go out down to the big shack, get a gun, and put a bullet in your pretty little head. Love me, oh I'll cut you, baby. You know I will cut you up. Love me, oh I'll cut you, baby. You know I will cut you up. If you ever try and leave me, baby, you know you won't get too far. And if you ever try and leave me, darling, you know you won't get too far. 'Cause I cut your head off with a machete, and then I roll it right down the neighborhood. Cops ask me about you, you know I'm gonna lie. And when the cops ask me about you, you know I'm gonna lie. I said we were chilling in my apartment, got into an argument, and then you ran right into my kitchen knife. Love me, oh I'll kill you, baby. You know I will kill you dead. I go on down to the bait shack, get a gun, and put a bullet in your pretty little head. Going in that polka dotted dress, sexy shorty, taking a man home tonight. Ain't nobody coming home with me. Unless I'm gonna pay my rent. Ain't nothing wrong with me. A little liquor won't fix. Plus, everybody love me when I sing the blues. River, I knew where those stones was at. I took a dip in a familiar bayou, got eaten alive by rednecks. And they say I got a monkey on my back, but no peanut in my tray. The things I need the most is most easily enraged. And come on, sugar, I'll not get enough for Jesus. Was that a baptism or a bath? Nothing wrong with me. A little money can't change. And everybody love me when I sing. are from Canada, Americans the USA, Mexicans are from Mexico, and Spaniards are from Spain, Egyptians are from Egypt, and Persians from Iran, but Arabs, the Arabian Peninsula, from Kuwait to Oman. Now I might not know much, but I can tell you this: don't call an Egyptian an Arab, or he is bound to pitch a fit. Indigenous culture dates back to a prehistoric era, from the agricultural revolution to the pyramids in the Sahara. So how you gonna get through to the larger troops of Middle East when your premise is softer than the journalism in an in-flight magazine? Don't call a woman you don't know oppressed just because she decided to cover her head. You're like a homophobe who doesn't know he likes men, or a fish in the water who can't tell it's wet. I think it's best we don't invade till at least we know how to call all their citizens by name.
First time I played that was in this club in Nashville. Everybody was like, oh. Well, if you're supposed to say it. Is that okay?
So then I did the culture song. For you, cause you look oh so handsome in that. Yes, I know I'm beautiful in my evening dress, with a big dark right through my side as all my flattering clothes. You're the kind of guy who marries up. You don't believe in actual monogamy. You're a snobby little guy with wandering eyes, who's always covering the damn birds. Got a specific place, small time or hot or away, trash and rat bag, wanna be serene. And they said your intention in this pose, prohibition. Show me I can circle circles around you every day. You could get me in another way entirely, cause you know you're so small, you're always compensating. But maybe, just maybe, I'm purely out of spite. I'm a chic to the family's dead tonight. But away, all the women, where they go, and I don't mean an accent and a wink. I'm incapable, ability to quiet in a way that only women may unthink. Yes, it was Nina who taught me how to win a war, but jump, a contagious energy. And Betty could sing anything and hold your breath, and catch your hands and set you free. Now birds got a specific place, small town problem. You're like the trash, grab back, wanna be straight. And there's zero intention in this boat. Can't walk around these bars anymore, 'cause the toads are poisonous, and the mosquitoes are all whores, and the gators are all waiting on the paid actors in a way for some fresh piece of meat to naively drift downstream. And we started this war, so it follows that we should be the very last of a symbolic game. Massive casualties, but don't knock it until you know what's behind the door, until you've done your research into exactly what's in store. 'Cause confusing nuclear power with the destruction of nuclear war is just about as useful as equating substance with form. And while distracted in your mission to stole the man with hippie fodder, the whole landscape of coal mines is pouring arsenic in mine, drinking water, and it's seeping through the system from tributary to your backyard. Meanwhile, Lake Pontchartrain is carpet bombed with balls of tar. So your uninformed opinion is just about as appetizing as a cockroach crawling across the bar. Why don't you go downtown to the corner a second, beg your body and motor oil and quote-unquote protest, then put your ass in a cab to the uptown pre-oil estate, taking air-conditioned rental car to your buddy's second home upstate, or to Nantucket where they're complaining about the assholes that are wheelmen expecting poor black folks in Brooklyn to put all the clean energy bill, a poster child or a profile of a lovely little life, as interesting politics as fashionable as dry is. Your incomplete opinion is just about as hip as the little game of just a tip. Usually it's but there's always like one table of frat boys. I know that dude. And I'm like, I think you should keep that to yourself. You wait for oil and water to separate, but you know not even Jesus can help you now. is still flowing, but there she is, that ominous glide that pulls apocalyptic possibility. There's some poisonous rubbery sludge. Well, won't they evaporate into the ocean spray and then set up FEMA trailers in your lungs? But then the divinely prophetic is just about as fun as a boner when you just can't use one. You cannot walk around these bars anymore. Let's see. So you guys remember in like mid to late 90s when Steve Martin was hosting Saturday Night Live and had this skit where they were trying to sell a pamphlet that was called "Don't Buy Shit You Can't Afford." Like Amy Poehler was his wife at the kitchen table. So I wrote this one when I was watching that. All the good it does, mess with the anthrax, reproduction of the Dustable Ballads. A Broadway shut down for the week. She was traded for a bump in the NASDAQ and bail out if it crashed, but the one on Main Street and maybe we could distribute a pamphlet. And they were the phone books at the doors. And if all else fails, you can remember one thing: don't buy stuff you can't afford. So if I want to buy a car, what I should do is get a car now and find a way to pay for it later. Or let's say there's something I want but I don't have enough money to buy it. What I should do is get it now anyway and figure somebody will pay for it later. Collect and redistribute your cash. And there's a man on the corner selling candy. Some of them poison and some of them sweet. They say to eat the poison, it's not your fault. I say don't take candy from strange men on the street. And maybe we could distribute a pamphlet. And then with the phone booths at the doors. And if all else fails, you can remember one thing: don't buy shit you can't afford.
Are you sure you want that?
Yeah. Alright. This is it's a call and response. So I say the line. Wait, hold on. And you sing it back, and I sing a line, you sing it back, and then we all sing one together. Is that right? Maybe. just in the chorus. You will eat by and by, in that glorious land in the sky. And then everybody sings way up high or way up high or whatever. And then work and pray, live on hay. You'll get by in the sky when you die. And then everybody sings, that's a lie. Alright? Should we try it again? You will eat by and by, in that glorious land in the sky, way up high. Work and pray, live on hay. You'll get by in the sky when you die. That's a lie. Okay, good. So that's basically it. Joe Hill was executed by the state of Utah in 1918, I think, for writing this song. So here we go. So cheery. Long-haired preachers come out every night to tell you what's wrong and what's right. But when asked, hey, how about something to eat, they will answer in voices so sweet. Here we go. You will eat by and by, in that glorious land in the sky. Work and pray, live on hay. You'll get by in the sky when you die. That's a lie. And the Starvation Army, they pray, and they clap and they sing and they pray till they get all your coin on the drum. Then they'll tell you when you're on the bum. You will eat by and by, in that glorious land in the sky. Work and pray, live on hay. You'll get by in the sky when you die. That's a lie. So if we can be more like energetic about what's the word? Less white, maybe.
Good luck with that.
Rollers and jumpers come out, and they holler and jump on and shout. Give your money to Jesus, they say. He will cure all your troubles away. You will eat by and by, when you learn how to cook and how to fry. Chop some wood, do you good. You'll get by in the sky when you die. That's all right. You will eat by and by, in that glorious land in the sky. Work and pray, live on hay. You'll get by in the sky when you die. That's a lie. Alright,
They say.
I've been learning a bunch of Louis Jordan tunes recently. Louis Jordan is this like pop, I guess, jazz pop singer-songwriter from the 20s, 30s, early 40s. And all of the stuff from that era, the lyrics are just amazing. But, it's one of his tunes. got nobody since you're gone, now still here. It's the fact that you ain't living, Jackie dead. What's the point of having muscles when your life hangs by a thread? If you ain't got no record muscles, Jackie dead. You've been always kicking, but you stub your toes when your ups and kicks the bucket, just like old man Mo. If you just ain't got nobody and you lose your top and spin, all the cats are out of murder, Jackie dead. All the best is leaked out here. When your friends gather around your bed and look at you and say, don't you look natural? When that happens to you, daddy, Jack, you dead. Thank you. Tell me, what constitutes a martini? Is it the liquor it contains or the glass? 'Cause according to various sources, I'm about to make up whiskey served exclusively in a flask, and etc. And all the people in the houses all go to the university and they're all put in boxes. Little boxes all the same. They're not doctors or lawyers or even business executives, but they're all kept in boxes and they all look just the same. And useless thoughts multiply like little birds in a train, followed by another unwarranted attitude brought to you by another useless PhD. And she says, I am spiritual, not religious, and her self-congratulation is ubiquitous. She's read the Poison Book Bible and the Prodigal Son. But to be honest, she finds them quite pretentious. And the afterlife is made of the stuff of artificial sweetener, which is to say she's uninterested. But then hell is this job where I'd rather be on hold with chimes and a cheesy synthesizer and useless thoughts multiply inside stuff of little brains, followed by another unwarranted attitude brought to you by another useless Tell me, what constitutes a martini? Then he explains his logic, long-winded, 'cause according to various sources, and he continues to wax ridiculous, and the people in the houses are still at the university and they're all kept in boxes, little boxes all the same. They're academics, and academics, yes, they're all kept in boxes and they all are just the same. And useless thoughts multiply like little birds in chains, followed by another unwarranted attitude brought to you by another useless PhD. So, what are you guys like plans tonight? what am I doing?
Well, we might have a after show.
An
at the
after
beach
show
lawn. Yeah.
at the beach
Beach
lawn.
lawn,
Okay.
yeah.
So we're all migrating.
Yeah, actually, everybody, we're all going to the beach lawn after this. Yeah.
Obligated. It's part of the admission.
I'm paying for everybody.
Oh, okay, we'll do that.
What time is the party? I'll show up.
Yeah.
That would be nice. So I guess I was just wondering, like how much.
It's up to you. Yeah.
What time is it now? 8:30. 8:30. I don't know. This is John Prine song.
Oh, good.
It's kind of predictable though. I'm an old woman named after my mother. My old man's just another child grown old. If dreams were lightning and thunder was desire, this old house would have burnt down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was younger, I had me a cowboy. He wasn't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how hard I tried, the years they just fall by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to walk. There's flies in the kitchen, you can hear in there buzzing, and I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. Had a hand in a person, go to work in the morning, then come home in the evening, and I have nothing to say. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living. It's just a hard way to go.
Nice.
So I think I'm gonna do like 3 more things.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit drunker than I thought I was.
Can I get your
get this one?
I don't want to drive anywhere tonight, right?
No, no, you're good.
This song about Jerry Springer. It sounds serious, but it's not. She's a real cool cat. She is the sun of everything. No matter what you walk back, say, Chicago and Dios, todo estamos sent to the sea. She got the kind of light that passes over her slowly, like in time clockwork. When she walks by in a leather boots, even the beauty of the moon makes you so. We are just constellations of endeavors. We only as great as the greatest notion, but what more can she do? When one person cannot put
First time ever, we tapped the keg. We busted the keg. No, we are one of the Beachland.
Yeah. This song is called Boston. I hate this town, and I always will. I hate this town, and I always will. I hate this town, and I will hate this town until the day I die. The bartender is one of them dumb white Boston dudes who answers every last question with a bad, dirty joke. And he is screaming at the TV set all his friends are just as rude. And at the end of the shit, I'm still broke. College student, monument. College student, museum no one goes to. So many college students and so much North Face apparel. And won't none of them offer to buy me a beer with daddy's money. I hate this town, and I always will. I hate this town, and I always will. I hate this town, and I will hate this town until the day I die. This time, what woman, I will make her my wife. This time, what woman, I will make her my wife. This time, what woman, I will make her my wife. Ain't marriage punishment enough? This time, want my wife, I let on down to the hardware store. If this time, want my wife, I let on down to the hardware store. I let on down to the hardware store, baby. But I bought myself a lead pipe with a name written all over it. That's right, baby, got that pipe with a name written all over it. I hate this town, and I always will. I hate this town, and I always will. I hate this town, and I will hate this town until the day I
So do you play that there?
I do.
Do you?
I just don't say that it's called Boston. Usually they figure it out.
The monument,
Yeah.
college student.
It's the North Face
The North
comment.
Face.
Well, actually, I thought I'd try to recite you a poem that I wrote, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of weird. I wrote this last year during it's the 5th anniversary of Katrina. And I was just kind of hanging out in my house. So yeah, it was 5 years ago to the day that the rain came in through this very roof. And to watch the brutal replay on the daily news to bear witness to the beheading of this neighborhood's youth. Down at the pirate bar in the corner, everybody's talking about the pillage and the plunder. Preoccupied by preventing a predictable terrorist attack, they blatantly lost sight of the fact that most of the children live smack dab in the paths of earthquakes and hurricanes. Natural disaster, less natural and man-made. Neglect was the crime perpetuated. The punishment, death by drowning, the heaviest lifting and allowing a rebuilding of homes and roads and parks made for children's laughter, re-entry and recovery without repair of the blowout preventer. Just sitting there. Oh, how the irony drips with an oily substance that they just lecture big oil companies so earnestly on preparedness, which is no longer a matter of prudence, but one of common sense. Because all the local communities are exhausted of all of their resources. Like a single young mother of 3 young kids, she probably should have aborted but couldn't because this country makes nearly all legal processes impossible, with the glaring exception of the death penalty. I mean, if you're going to infringe on my fundamental right to choose, then you had better show up with condoms in the cafeteria of my high school, is all I'm saying. And she loves all of her children. As any mother does, it's just she can't figure out how to feed any of them. And Mother Nature must be so righteously peeved, and not just that BP, because for years we held back the mighty Mississippi so that we could navigate those waters a wee bit more easily, and now all of that silt is deposited into the spending kind of the Gulf, along with runoff from the cornfields, the golf courses, sewage plant, the parking lot, and discarded with remnants of an atomic bomb. So this image of a pipeline snaking along the seabed floor is nothing more than an apropos photo op. And the war that we wage has countless casualties. The turtles, the gators, the dolphins, the birds, none of them on the surface but buried below due to dispersants in an oily coat. And what remains of the swampland but a heartbreaking moan. If I was a hippie, I go on down there and press my ear to the cypress tree's dying trunk. Then I hear its plea in my gut. A haunting underwater grave, far away from the stomping grounds of the Ground Zero Mosque, which isn't really a mosque at all, so much as it is a fear-mongering cattle call, strategically, irreverently purported to be put up 1 block from the hollow ground that is the New York Dolls Gentlemen's Club. Which is why, 5 years to the day that the government forgot about it, the citizens of New Orleans erected a beautiful little monument fashioned out of compost, dirt, and empty bottles of beer with a sign that reads, "Baby, you can put the mosque right here." It's true. I'm gonna make that shit up. I took a picture of it and then I put it up on Instagram and Facebook. They say a great man can't make a great president. That seems to be true. But I am tired of having to choose between the lesser of who cares. Well, Glenn Beck and Pollyanna rally the troops on the lawn right there with signs disorganized, spawning racial epithets, no matter how many times they try and convince you that the Democrats planted that shit, whilst purporting to carry the cross of Dr. Martin Luther King, as if his dream was just a dove's broken wing. It's 47 years ago to the day, as if his mission was a fucked up relay race, a distorted little game in the same vein of the cons in Kansas, who refer to bloody Kansas as carrying out the will of God by killing abortionists, unaware of its liberal history of incessantly killing non-abolitionists at the Missouri border with their slaves. It's a freedom-loving state whose founders were farmers, and wait for it, socialists, union activists, populists without a party, hell-bent on creating a country where the children could fairly work and freely play thanks to the government intervention of the New Deal's NLRA. And then blindsided by politicians hungry for power, say, in the King's line of Kanye, I don't give a shit how much money you make, how much pussy you get, how you paved the way for cats today to make more money than is necessary to ever have to work your way through anything another day, while the factory towns along the Great Lakes which gave birth to your upbringing are fastly disappearing. Motown, ghost town, there where billionaires flew the coop, where billions of tons of sewage waste spew from points around Detroit to the natural collecting point, and then it hits a fan. How about you rap about that? It was 5 years ago to the day you screamed into a megaphone, and rightfully so, that George W. Bush doesn't care about black folks, but then that's all you wrote. And the rain is still coming on this haunting anniversary, appropriately commemorated with an obscene amount of voodoo and booze, and then the unmistakable sound of the second line parade. Slowly coming this way, 5 years to the day, past the grave of the stranger left to rot in the sun and then buried in a junkyard by some good Samaritan. Here comes the unnerving rhythm, the big bass drum, the trombone, the trumpet, and the stomping feet, because everybody's taken to the streets, having nothing better to attend to today. 5 years to the day, everybody in the rain, singing some glad morning. When this life is over, I will fly away. Thank you, Roger. Let's all give a hand.
Thank you guys very much for showing up.
Thanks.
Are we doing another one or are we done?
I'm done.
Okay, good.